So we need to pour out our love on this person who is angry and venting, that we wish with all our heart that they come to know the love of God is ever firmly in their heart, in their very being, to rescue them, to care for them, and all that he loves. All creatures, all souls, all beings, all ways. So we strive in the circumstance to hold firm in our faith, our trust in God. For this his child, whom he loves just as much as he loves you and me and all of us. And we want with all our heart for him to come to know this, that he be blessed into fullness of life, life eternal. That's what we purpose. That's what we hold to. And you're going to be trusting that God's leading you in the storm accordingly, by his grace, his loving kindness, his goodness. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. So, we're calm and we follow through from the empathy of what his needs are. I mean, in this particular case, he's concerned for justice, and they're concerned for being part of a fellowship and for being acceptable. And you understand that, of course. That's what the fellowship's there for. So you go through what you understand to be his needs, their needs in the situation, that you recognize their needs. So you tell them what you think their needs are, and ask them if this is correct. And, they're saying, well, and so-and-so, and well, yes, of course, but also so-and-so. Right, because of so-and-so, yeah? Yes. So now you have established that you understand and can tell them what their needs are from their point of view. They're then in a position where they're willing to hear what your needs are. For instance, some conformity to some external constraint that you're facing. Or some needs that are the same as theirs. Now they're willing to hear, you see, because they know you know their needs, and they also know you want them to know your needs. Oh, yeah, okay, I can do that. Yeah, well, yes, I see that. So we're now in a situation, after discussing what our needs are, to say now, how can both sets of needs be met? And of course, from our point of view, what we're asking is some form of conformity so that they can stay within the fold. And they're trying to think, well, what sort of conformity can we give happily and stay within the fold, and therefore meet their needs and ours. In other words, NVC moves you towards reconciliation. And that's the whole point. Now, does it always work? Possibly if you're able to sustain the negotiation long enough. And the experience of Marshall Rosenberg is that you don't have to sustain the negotiation very long once you're in that empathetic sort of, if there is such a word, position where you're listening to what the other person's needs are and are confident within that your needs are recognized and understood. And therefore you're willing to hear what their needs are. In other words, the hostility has gone out and the negotiation is taking place for real. And then it's not a case of, what concessions am I willing to make and compromise. It's more a case of what are my needs, can they be met, and what are their needs, can they be met. In what way can we construct a situation where the needs of both are being met? Well, that's basically it. That's the NVC approach, as far as I can see it. Now, you on deeper study of NVC may come up with more, of course, and better view. And part of that is how we express our solutions to each other. And are effectively listening to what the other is saying. In other words, the whole idea of NVC is to make sure both sides have ears to hear. And then we can get down to the reality of sorting out how needs can be met. For real. Well, that's it. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.